Hey, it's Tom Llewellyn, and it's about big money and why big money is killing our politics and our democracy. And we've heard it over and over, even from politicians who then take a bunch of big money, right? But what's the problem really look like? So I went to a great site, I've been using it for years, called Open Secrets. It collects all the data from the FEC, mixes, dices, graphs, everything. It's really an excellent site. Go there, Open Secrets, I think it's .org. Anyway, so here's a few facts that'll help you put parentheses around what's going on. So the top 100 givers, these are the big bucks guys, right, that give to campaigns. And they don't give to one campaign. They give to all kinds of stuff. They have lobby. They give to Senate campaigns, congressional and federal, presidential campaigns. They give all over the board, right? So put these together. 100 people in 2020 gave $1.5 billion, right? 1.5 billion. Now, they're not doing it for fun, right? They want to get something out of it. This isn't cheap as, hey, maybe we can go to dinner later and have some fun, right? These guys want something, right? These are not idle dollars. Now, I want you to understand in 2016, instead of 1.5 billion, that number was only 790 million, about half, right? I mean, from 2016 to 2020, the world exploded in money, right? Although it was always increasing way beyond inflationary kind of increases over the last, 10, 15 elections. It's out of hand this last time. So if you look at total campaign spending in 2020, that was $14.4 billion. Again, a big increase over 2016, which was $6.5 billion. So there's lots of money. Now, I would note, when you look at the money given, the Democrats are in good shape because it's 60-40. They get the most money, right? Which means they ought to win more often, but, put that on the side for a minute. At the end of the day, then, another $3.5 billion is executed in lobbying, right? So who's giving all the money? So big business, big union, big special interest, rich people, right? And guess what? They all want something. So what's the payback? There's a guy named Luigi Zingales. He's out of the University of Chicago, economist, right? And he did a book, I think it's Capitalism for Everyone. But in it, it's a tiny little section, 3 pages. Didn't need to read the rest of the book, just the 3 pages would do. And he said, you add up all the lobbying and campaign contributions, and you add up all the money the government spends or all the credits that government gives to preferential people, right? And he says for, a person investing $1, they get $1,000 return. What CFO wouldn't want 1,000 to 1 return, right? So if you spend $1 million, right, so that number looks like $1 billion coming back. And that's the kind of returns, big business, big union, special interest, that's what these people are seeking. They want the power and they want the money, right? So where does that put you as the little guy? So there's 2 kinds of little guys. The 90+% of people that don't give anything, and the few percent, which is growing, which is good, that give something to both these political parties. Well, if you give nothing, then, you're not going to get anything back. But if you're giving 10 or 20 bucks to these parties, I got to tell you right now, these guys are writing laws, and you won't be involved. You can't buy a vowel, right? You're keeping the electricity on in the Democrat or Republican offices in Eloy, Arizona, where there's 2 people and 1 light bulb, right? You get nothing, right? You are a follower. They create speech, and you live by what they need, and they get a lot. You ask big businesses, the tax code. Those 75,000 pages, most of them are devoted to how does the rich guy get richer, rich business get richer, rich union get richer. They're not dedicated to you and me that, somebody that makes $50,000 a year could fill out their tax form probably in 10 minutes because they don't have all these deductions and stuff that's in those 75,000 pages. So Elon Musk, he loves the government. He's got billions of dollars from states and federal government to help rich people buy his car, right? Just what you need, make the rich richer. But the same can be said across all industries, teachers' unions, private unions, commercial unions, I guess. They're all looking for their piece of the pie, and you get nothing. And it's ruining our politics. Every time Congress does something, they either run to the lobbyists on K Street, or they find a few intellectuals that say, well, you got to do it this way. No, nobody's listening out here, guys. Nobody. So how do you fix this? I mean, is there a law? Well, we've been trying to fix it for, 50 years, and we all come back with the same thing. Every time we change the law, more money gets spent, right? And it's awful. Is there a law? I don't think so. Maybe this one, you might hate this one, is just let everybody spend whatever they want. Just put your name on it. We'll be done with it. And then we'll all know where the big money is, right? Without any questions, the moment goes in, right? But there's another way. So, and here's a little math for you, right? The math is simple. 90% of the people don't give any money. That's like 230 million people, right? If 230 million people just gave $10 a month to someone, some candidate, some cause, something, and they did it for 10 months in a row, they'd raise $23 billion. That's almost twice what was spent, right, in the election. You guys have the power. If you get engaged, and you get engaged in even moderate numbers, great things happen. In my district, there's 700,000 voters. If 90% of those people just gave $10 a month for 10 months, that'd be 6.3 million. It'd be so much money the candidate wouldn't know what to do with it. But even 10 or 15% of the people saying, "I'll do that. I'll do that Netflix thing with Tom and Sybil and whoever the candidate is," and you overwhelm the big money. You become power. That's what democracies are about. The common guy taking charge, and you're the guys, right? So, and that's Sybil's pledge. No donations over $195, period. And don't take it from any organization that's collecting big donations, because I don't want to do that either, right? So let's take the power back. Let's be the guys at the top of the food chain instead of the bottom. Let's do something about it. Help me find some independent candidates around the country that would like to sponsor a new innovative way to do government. And we'll be on a road to fixing the train wreck we've got in Washington. Hey, I'm Tom Llewellyn. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.